Alright boys, what is good? So today I have a video that I think could help out a lot of people in learning this new liquidity supply and demand strategy. I know a lot of people have been trying to learn it, and so today I found the most perfect example of what I would consider to be a 100% liquidity supply and demand setup, and I'm basically just going to be backtesting through it, showing my thought process as price moves, and of course how the trade plays out. And as usual, shout out RD, the creator of liquidity supply and demand, as I actually found the setup whilst going through the perfectly traded backtested results in his Discord. So if you do want to join that, it's first link in the description. The value in there is insane. I don't know where I'd be without it. But anyway, that's enough waffling. Let me get into it. Alright, so what are we looking at here? So first of all, we can see that we're kind of in this consolidation right now. No clear direction in the very short term. However, if we look upwards, we can very obviously see that we have come from this big drop. And if we zoom out even more, we can see that we are very obviously downtrending. However, we do have to consider zooming out even further, maybe going into our higher time frames. So if we zoom out further on the 30-minute, you can also see that we have these lows down here. And we actually reacted from an area down here. Whilst we didn't match the low, there could easily be a demand area around here that investors are buying from. So this could be the beginning of an uptrend. So from this point, I'd actually be quite unsure on taking buys or sells. I'd probably be leaving it. However, what I'd likely be looking for is either a break of this high right here, or a break of this low, as well as ideally this low right here. As if we broke both of these, then I'd be very confident that we'd be in a downtrend. And if we broke this high right here, then I'd probably be more inclined to take buys. But yeah, let's just move ahead a little bit. Now, whilst we're still yet to break either of these highs or lows, I would definitely be more inclined towards sells right now, just because we broke this low, then we broke this low, created a new one, and broke it again. And we are not breaking any highs right now. So I'd definitely consider sells in this situation. However, a break of these lows would be very nice and would definitely confirm direction for me. But we can already see that we have created a liquidity supply zone right here. If you've been trading it for a while, then you can kind of see by eye whether the liquidity is too far to be valid. However, if you're unsure, then you can easily just check the pip distance, which is 7.5. On the ORD NZD pair, I'm pretty sure the max pip distance is actually 15 pips, as opposed to that on like CJ, GJ, or UJ, which is 30. But on this and EU is actually 15 pips, so it is in half because pip distance is just different on different pairs. But yeah, so this is actually a valid zone right here. As we can see, we have a swing right here. Liquidity is already going to be up here. And we've also potentially created the supply zone right here. I'm not sure if this was already tapped. It barely wasn't. So some people might be interested in selling from there, which will leave even more liquidity. But let me remove these for now. And we'll continue. And we have actually broke both of the lows right here. Even though it was just by a wick, that is still definitely valid. And I would definitely be considering the supply now. God, sorry if I sound ill, by the way. That would be because I am. That was so dumb. But anyway, continuing. We've now got more confirmation on breaking the low actually, so that's very nice. If we take a look at a higher time frame now, such as a 4 hour, I'll be much more confident in taking sells because we broke this major low right here. If we respected that, then I'll definitely be looking for buys and potentially be able to predict a very nice move. However, it's just looking like it's going to be a continuation downtrend. And yeah, I'll just definitely be looking for sells right now until maybe this area to see what happens around here. But back to the 30-minute, we've now broken both of these lows, so I'm going to get rid of this. We did not break this high. So we've got a confirmation on direction, and continuing once again. Looks like that was a gap from Friday to Sunday, but doesn't really matter. Alright, we've actually created a new level of liquidity here. This looks to also be valid. Let me just check. This is 13 pips, so this is also valid liquidity. If anything, this makes this zone even nicer. And also, on top of that, what makes this even more beautiful is the fact that we have created this zone right here, which is a perfect fake out zone for our zone. Alright, just to make it more obvious, we now have our fake out zone, we have our liquidity supply zone, we have multiple levels of liquidity right here, from just swings right here and here. But let's continue further. And we are just continuously breaking lows here. We've just broken another low right here. And hopefully we can come straight back up to the zone without too much messy price action. That'd be very nice. A little bit messy, but now we're coming up with quite a straight line. We can expect a retracement sometime soon. And we just broke another low, so wow, okay, wow. We're just getting more confirmation on trend, I guess. Let me just check we haven't reached the low I mentioned earlier. Nope, we are still not very close to that yet. So once again, continuing. And what we've got here is a potential fake out. I mean, who knows? This could just win off this zone. However, I see it a lot where a zone like this will just lose because we have more liquidity up here. There's a lot of liquidity from this fake out zone. There's liquidity at this swing. And on top of all of that, why would investors get in at this zone when they could wait another few hours and get in at this zone right here, which is a much better price? The difference between this zone and the zone above is 24 pips, which on any pair is quite a lot, let alone ORD NZD. So Investors would obviously be waiting for this zone above, so this is not a zone that I'd personally enter at, even though it does actually have the liquidity here. Actually, it's not valid, I don't think. Okay, yeah, this is barely invalid, so I wouldn't take this. But a lot of traders would be getting in here. They'd have their stop losses just above here, or above the zone, and as we can see, we faked it out and we broke the zone. And from there, we've come up to our zone with quite nice price action, to be honest. We've come up quite straight. We haven't had much retracement, which is perfect for us, as we now know that we're going to retrace soon because price doesn't just move in a straight line. So our zone right here is a perfect area to do that from. So we'll take our entry, stop, 1 pip above the candle that entered, 11.4, 12.4, very nice. Now, minimum RR is 1 to 3, but this doesn't really lead to anything, and as we know, we are very confident in direction. We've had all the confirmation in the world. So I'd say TP1, maybe right here, at this little swing, and TP2 would look very good at the low for a 1 to 9.2. So now, I guess we'll just see if this trade runs. And instantly, we get an insane rejection. Honestly, with a setup like this, with how just perfect everything has gone towards it, I could never expect a trade like this to lose. Obviously, I wouldn't expect it to cleanly go straight to TP2. I'll expect some kind of retracement somewhere around here. Maybe we'll come down, not even reach TP1, get a retracement, and then go down from there, which is probably an issue a lot of people face, just being patient on the 30-minute charts. However, sometimes you've got to do it, man. On a setup like this, you're just going to want to wait until it hits stop loss or take profit. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't think I mentioned entry model is on the first bearish close because we're on a supply, and continuing once again. Well, there's the retracement I talked about, and we will continue down, I presume. Absolutely. These are the insane rejections you get from these zones. Obviously, once again, the setup is just like a 10 out of 10 setup, but you get these rejections from our zones like all the time anyway. Looks like we're gonna have to extend this a little bit. And TP1 is hit. Now, what I like to do at TP1s and what we like to do in the Discord is to take half of our position off. So from here, we'd be locking in 1 to 5.5. So 5.5% profit, and then leaving the last 3.7% to run. Am I dumb? Yeah, 3.7%, which would obviously be cut in half. So half of that, 1.85%. So if this hits full TP, then this will be close to about 7.5% profit or something. But anyway, that's enough waffle. I can't do math in my head right now, and we will continue seeing what's going to happen here. And by the looks of it, we're heading straight to take profit too. And just like that, that is TP2 hit. This looks like another weekend open potentially. Yep, that's Friday to Sunday, so we likely would have closed right here anyway. However, for the sake of this, we'll just say we went to the low. And yeah, that is just an absolutely beautiful trade. Obviously, you won't be hitting 1 to 9s every day, although it might be more common than you think, to be honest. Considering we've hit some 1 to 10s in the Discord, which is just absolutely insane. This is just an example of a literal perfect setup. Like, you will not see these constantly. You'll grow to learn which setups are valid, which setups are invalid, or which ones you'll want to take based on trend, etc. However, I just thought this would help, just going through the entire thought process, everything I'm thinking about whilst going through a setup like this, and what I'm looking at in order to, I don't know, mark take profits, identify trend, anything like that. But if this did help you, then consider liking the video, subscribing, commenting, telling me if you enjoyed it, or any other ideas you want to give me, because I'm open to anything, to be honest. Just trying to help people out at this point. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Hope this helped somebody out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.